Yay! It's gonna wait a little bit. Hi. Let's see. There's like one time I couldn't see any comments. So I'm trying to prepare for that. If I can't see any comments, then I have to set up a separate tablet. Maybe. The good thing is today I'm able to stream on Twitch, so that's a good thing. Interesting. Hold on. I might need my tablet. Oh, hi. Perfect. Okay, so I might not need it. Okay, good. Hey guys. What time is it? Hey Edie, what time is it in your time zone? Okay, so probably I don't need a tablet, but just in case I'm gonna settle. Morning, Dawn. So it's getting hotter and hotter in Tokyo. So I don't know how many hours I can do without any AC working. However, maybe for like 2 hours. 4 p.m. Okay, 4 p.m. The Type Beast, 4 p.m. West Coast. It's 8 a.m. in Japan as usual. 1 a.m. Okay. I'm usually awake around 1 a.m. Depending on what time do you have to wake up the next morning, right? Europe, okay. Because I know that between UK and Japan, there's 9-hour difference. So, yeah, I was gonna say UK. So midnight. Cool. Wait, does UK have or Europe has the summertime? ね、今日も暑いね. I haven't stepped outside, so I don't know. But are you drinking coffee? Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. It's an instant coffee, so it's nothing nothing fancy. So today, I have to do more practical bookkeeping. So I'm using my, I can't really, here we go, laptop, not my textbooks. And I have been working on this a few days now. You get always 1 hour behind. 1 hour behind of Europe? Europe have only one time zone. Like, you know, like Canada or US, like they have like different time zone even though it's a one country. But I'm not sure about UK. Japan only has like one time zone. And usually when you want to select the time zone for like your devices, and then it's come up Tokyo, right? Tokyo time zone or something. But actually the time zone, like time line, there's a line, right? And that goes through Hyogo prefecture, I think. So it's not actually Tokyo time, it's Hyogo time. I think. Yeah, Japan Standard Time is where? I'm pretty sure it's Hyogo. I thought that's what we. Yeah, this is Hyogo Prefecture, Akashi City. So Akashi has the Japan Standard Time line. Even they have written on the street apparently. So it's not Tokyo time, it's Hyogo time. Anyway, so this is the practical, the actual, bookkeeping. So I can't show anything. But I thought it's a little, not change of pace, but it's not even change of scenery, but I thought it's kind of interesting to see how I have been studying and how I usually apply my knowledge to actual bookkeeping. So interestingly, what's very interesting, I can usually see how many people join. That's very interesting. I can usually see how many people are joining. And maybe it's good because I'm very competitive. 7:14 p.m. Toronto. I am very, very competitive, and so like when I see numbers like, oh, I want to hit this number, right? And it's not, sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's just stressful and not healthy. So here we go, my channel. I'm just glad that like today Twitch worked. Last time Twitch didn't, like last 2 times Twitch didn't work. So I'm glad that it's working now. And here you go. YouTube. And of course it plays. Here you go. Good question. Is there a lot of math in bookkeeping? I would say not so much, because the computer is invented so that we human don't have to do math, right? So I would say like I'm very bad at doing math in my head. In Japan we have soroban, right? I knew this English, but I can't remember. Soroban. Does anybody know soroban's English? Abacus. So abacus come from China? China. So abacus is originally from China, okay? And it's got imported to Japan, and abacus is one of common, most popular, like, so we have like after school lessons, many type of lessons like piano, or like abacus, or cram school, or dance, or things like that for little kids, swimming. And even though we do go to kindergarten and daycare and like elementary school and whatnot, and usually it's very, very long until like 4 or 5 p.m. No, most of the kids would go to after school, and each day they tend to go to different, like take different lessons, right? And so abacus is one of the most common ones. Then but I didn't go. My mom went when she was little, and she hated it, and so she was like, well, actually you don't have to go. But when you have experience in abacus, you kind of have to do math in your head, and you practice since you were little. So sometimes even if it's like very complicated ones, you can just like use your mental abacus and do the math in your head. That's probably Chinese. It's called soroban in Japanese, just hiragana, soroban. And so soroban abacus is very popular. However, in school during math, we only have like maybe like 1, 2, 3 hours of abacus, like just learning the basic, and that's it, right? We don't do more than that. So we just learn like, you know, like we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when it comes to 5 or something, you have to use the top one or whatever. It's the very basic. And so, but we are not allowed to use the calculators in class. And so what we do is that we use the I was gonna say hissan. So there is a way to do the math without calculator called hissan. And I have gone to American high school, but everyone was using the calculator. And even for the test, you can use a calculator, but in Japan, you are not allowed to use calculator for anything. And so the only thing that you have to do the math is paper and the pen. Use the pen and paper, and then I was like, how do I translate hissan in English? And it's just like computation on paper, or like calculation by writing. Yeah, so we calculate with pen and paper only, even if it's like it's a big number, small number, very complicated. Yeah, so that I can do, but I can't do everything in my head. So even if you don't have to do it, you can't do the math in your head, it's not gonna be a big deal. However, you have to have the basic understanding of tax. Otherwise, even if you did the wrong, how can I say? So there's a category. What kind of income and what kind of expenses will fall into which. So like, let's say if I buy a pen, like if I buy a pen, and if I buy a cup, or if I buy a binder, if I buy a desk, these things should be categorized as the same thing, like stationery, like daily like items, like something that I use for work, right? And that's different from when you have when you treat your customer for a dinner, right? Because it's food. So we go out and then I treat a customer for a nice dinner. So that is categorized a different thing. And sometimes a certain category has a maximum limit to how much you can count as expenses per year, especially those like dining out or treating customer for a trip, or you can actually do anything with that. But so that means technically you could take out your customer to, like, this is very typical for like big company that has a lot of males, but you sometimes treat a customer with kyabakura. So kyabakura is a club with a bunch of girls with like very fluffy hairs and like gaudy makeup and, you know, gorgeous dresses and whatnot, and then you drink, right? So some people, some companies would do a business meeting at Kyabakura, and they actually do the business meeting, but they could have gone to a cafe or just go to a dinner and have the business meeting, but they want to they could even go to izakaya if they want alcohol, right? But in some industries and some people, the business conversation would go smoother when the customer have a female companions, and so they just go to Kyabakura. It's nothing sexual about it. Like, it's not those kind of places. It's just like go and a drink, and then we just have girls. That's it. So Kyabakura can add up very easily, because even if you just like sit down, there's like charge for it, and then if you ask for certain girls, and then there's a charge for it, and then if you order like even if you order a glass of water, that's like 1,000 yen, like $100 water or something like that. It's ridiculous, right? And so if you do that many times, and then you can use a lot of expenses, but there's a limit to it. So something like that. So you have to know the maximum amount that you can use for each category, and like you are responsible for calculating your own taxes, right? And so if you misunderstood some terms or misunderstood the category or anything, even if you type in the right number and then the computer does the math, the outcome can vary. And some things can be like, even for tax attorney, depending on depending on the tax attorney, they say like, oh, you can count this expense as this category. But like if you ask a different tax attorney, and then they would say, oh, like I would prefer to use this category. And so it can be either. There are many things that can be either. But well, what I'm looking at, I'm actually kind of fixing or like finding the problem that like I'm like looking at the bookkeeping or the book, not bookkeeping, the book that have already handed down to a tax attorney. But one thing that I learned since I moved to Tokyo and talked to many people who runs company, and then like working other places, like like there are many different types of workers, right? And one thing I learned is that if as a business owner, or even if you're getting a monthly salary from your company, if you don't have any idea of taxes, it's kind of a risk, because tax attorneys, yeah, they are licensed and they should know everything about taxes, and then like all the categorization and how to keep the book and everything. However, they are managing your money. They're not managing their own money. So they are not doing their best job. And so what I usually do with my tax attorney is that we only have like a sit down talk at the end of the fiscal year, because I do the day-to-day bookkeeping. I've been doing this for like past 10 years. And so unless I have like a irregular purchase or something, I don't know how to put it in the book, and then I just call up my tax attorney and I'll make sure like, okay, this is my understanding, is that right? And he was like, oh, you can do that way, or you can do this way. But most of the times when the tax attorney says that, you can count this expense as this way or that way, both are correct. But sometimes in your particular situation, one is better than the other. And so if you don't have the knowledge, and then Twitch is being very weird. Like, I wasn't able to stream at all on Twitch the past 2 weeks, and I fixed it, but Twitch is weird. I have no idea. I don't know. So yeah, just come through YouTube. That's fine. What was gonna say? So the tax attorney doesn't always tell you, yeah, you could do this way or that way. You have A or B, and then in your situation, A is better, so you should go with A. They don't say that because they have so many clients. And in order to know which category is better for your particular situation, needs a little bit of research. They need to know your day-to-day like business transitions by heart. Otherwise, they had to go through the book from previous year and then what's going on this year, and then they have to go through that. And not so many tax attorney would do it. And so you have to have certain idea in your head. That's what I usually do when I have to talk to tax attorney and ask a question and say, hey, this is the current situation, and the reason why I'm asking you this is because I think there are 2 choices or 3 choices, like this or this or this. However, in my particular situation, this should be the best way, right? Or even if I knew that by law, this is something that I cannot do, I would usually ask him that, so there is no legal way to count this as an expense or whatever, right? And then he would say that either no, you can't do it. Again, there are so many times I would come up like, I know that this is not gonna work, but I'm just gonna I don't want to regret not asking you, and so I'm just gonna come up and say, can I count this as an expense? And he's like, no, you can't do that. That's something you can't do, right? And then he's very straightforward, and as I don't count that as expenses. But sometimes you cannot count count something as expenses 100%, but you can divide the expense in like half or like percentages, like 30% me, 70% company, or something like that. That's legal, right? And he would straightforward tell you that you can like split right in the middle, and then count 50% as expenses, and then the other you have to cover with your own money, something like that. And counting 50% as expense is better than not counting not counting at all, right? So that's something that you have to know. Otherwise, tax attorneys don't try to make your life easier, and you ended up paying more taxes than you didn't have to. This is not tax evasion or anything. It's more like I'm pretty much like looking at these books today. Potentially I have to do it like probably the whole week next week, is because potentially this would have a right to reclaim the. Oh, why did the that's very weird. Oh, Was it okay? Or did it just shut down? Just want to see. Is it? I just got a notification like something like that there's like an insignificant memory loss or something. My phone is too old. I think I'm still live. Am I live? Okay, I'm okay. Very good. I was like, and it's just like the brightness of my phone just like dropped massively, and I was like, what? But okay, YouTube's fine. Good. So anyway, so potentially, there's a possibility that the tax that they paid is way too much, and before going to tax attorney, because tax attorney don't really want to fix their mistakes unless you point it out, right? And so you can always reclaim. I think there is a certain years, like how many years you can go back, but either way you miscalculated, and then if you paid less taxes or pay more taxes, you can always go back and say, hey, I made a mistake, so I want to reclaim my right amount of taxes. And so I'm just trying to figure out like everything is in order, and this shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. So yeah, but there are some rookie mistakes in the book. So I'm trying to figure out like why things are categorized in the way, and why the tax that appear here is so off. And this is something that you can't go up to tax attorney and say, hey, I don't know, this is wrong. And first of all, if you don't have any knowledge, then you don't notice that you are paying more taxes than you were supposed to, right? And so first you need like the bookkeeping knowledge in order to find something is wrong. And then when something's wrong, you need the skills to figure out what is wrong and how much is off. And then only then you can go to your tax attorney, or potentially you consider yourself changing your tax attorney because your current tax attorney basically, lost your money, right? And so you want to find a nice one, more caring one. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, 30 minutes of explaining what I'm doing today. I should really start working on this. But feel free to just jump in the conversation in the chat. I'm trying to open up my tablet so I can kind of see the comments here while I'm working. Okay, let's get started. Oh, James, thank you so much. Here's a super chat for your morning coffee. Thank you. I should get a better coffee. Thank you. I should do like a different coffee every time. And I was like, so this coffee, it's not sponsored, of course, but like potential sponsorship. I don't know. But like today's coffee, today's drink is this. I should do that. Like I can just go to the convenience store or something. It doesn't have to be very fancy. You gave me an idea. But because like I can't eat while like I'm working and I'm talking with you guys, but I can still drink, right? And yeah, I could just like go out to convenience store and then I find something, some sort of like, doesn't have to be coffee. And probably I won't drink soda from morning. It's not, yeah, it doesn't suit. But like coffee, tea, matcha, whatever. Matcha is also tea. Yeah, and then I can find something like, Japan likes unlimited stuff, right? So unlimited edition. Not unlimited, limited edition. Unlimited edition. Limited edition. So, any plan for today? Good question. Good question. Because I am going out for a festival today and I am live streaming there as well. So there are 2 live streams depending on the time zone, probably today and tomorrow. But so there is a fireworks festival in Sumida River, and so Sumida River is gonna be packed. I think Sumida River Firework Festival is one of the oldest. Sumida, one of the biggest for sure. River Firework Festival. When it started? Whoa, it started in 1733. 1733. Wow. But it's definitely one of the biggest, one of the most popular ones. Do you study live at cafe? I thought of it. When or if get any sponsorship from cafe, I might do that. But live at a cafe is very risky because there are a lot of customers, right? So there's a possibility that they find out like, oh, she's like live streaming. Like filming is fine because filming, one, well, I can always ask. 2, a lot of people just go in and then if they say like, oh, sorry, like with the camera, and then it's obvious, right? And then it's not like we're sneaking in. And then they'll be like, oh, sorry, no camera. And then we can just cut that part out. But live stream is very difficult because live stream, everything is gonna be on camera. There's no take back. So that's why it's a little difficult. But yeah, so I'm like thinking of bridges. However, everybody knows about bridges. So there's like one bridge I'm thinking, but however, it's far enough so that I don't have to get into the restricted zone. However, and I don't have to pay for it. However, it's around the edge. So if you step in a little further in, and then you are now in the restricted zone, but it's like giddy out of that zone. And so everybody knows about that bridge. And so I'm going to start my live stream this evening little far. So I'm gonna step off the station a little far from that bridge and trying to walk towards the bridge, like towards the fireworks venue, and see how far we can go. So it's an adventure. I asked around like if anybody wants to come with me, and then they're like, no, we're staying home. Like we're not stepping outside. That's just crazy. Remember like we had like an accident in Korea or somewhere that like people got smushed against each other and a lot of people died. I'm considered really tiny. Well, there are a lot of tiny Japanese. I'm like average height, so or maybe a little above average. Yeah, I'm not even average. For Japanese person, I'm like taller side, right? However, still like there are like a lot of like tall guys and many different sizes. So a lot of people can be bigger than me. So I don't want to, be smushed. But yeah, so that's my plan for today. Like from Edogawa. Like from Edogawa. Like from Edogawa. I think Edogawa is too far. I'm still like aiming for Sumida River though. So still close enough, but not trying to find the place that's not too overly crowded. And some places they are not allowed they don't allow cameras and whatnot. I look tiny. I'm thinner. I think I'm thinner side. But the height wise, I'm above average. The only time that I feel like, I'm so tiny is when I was in the States and everyone was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like everyone was like, maybe like, yeah, very high, very, very tall. I remember when I was working and like we were working on something and then like we are lowering stuff that we were working on and then everyone's like, oh, that's good height. And I'm like, well, I can't reach, like go down. But yeah, anyway, focus. えーっと Oh, Tom, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. あ、え、違うのか。違う。becauseこうか、こうだ。これだったけど結局ちょっとややこしいか。Will Norm join too later? I can ask him. I don't know. Well, let's say it will be a surprise. I can ask him. We went to Sanja together, Sanja Festival. Ah, そうか。で、finding a potential problem is very difficult. で、こっちか。What time is our next live stream? I'm aiming around, like, I'm gonna make the thumbnail and then schedule live after this, but the fireworks start at 7 p.m. so I want to start maybe 30 minutes before that, because I have to think about the battery as well, because if I connect to the portable batteries and somehow it kills the gimbal, so I don't want to risk that. The maximum I can stream is 90 minutes. I tested before, and so if I start from like 6, then then we might just get like a little bit of fireworks. So I don't know, like somewhere between 6:30 to 7. I might just start from 7. I'll just get there around 6. Yeah, so somewhere around there, Japan time. Fireworks, Tamaya, yeah. I never seen anyone shouting Tamaya in my life. But yeah, that's what it is, right? Tamaya is, I think that's like one of the oldest fireworks company or something. So this is the name, Tamaya. Kagiya もある, Kagiya. So traditionally, when the fireworks go up, launched, you say either Tamaya or Kagiya. This ya is like shop. So Tama shop, Kagi shop, right? And yeah, I'm right. So during Edo period, there are two firework shop, hi from Twitch, yay! Fireworks makers, Tamaya and Kagiya. And then, interesting. So I think this might be coming from the Sumida River Festival, because the area is around there. So I want to see if it's it doesn't say this is related to Sumida River Festival, but the area is there. So they used to do a fireworks festival. One side is Tamaya, and then the other side is Kagiya. And then between them, there is a Ryogoku Bridge. So Ryogoku is close to Sumida River. Probably Ryogoku Bridge is over Sumida River. Ryogoku Bashi. See? Yeah, Ryogoku Bashi, Ryogoku Bridge, the famous for sumo, is over Sumida River. And so the people who come to watch, they scream Tamaya or Kagiya depending on which fireworks explode, right? And so that's the beginning. That's the tradition. We don't really say anything nowadays. I don't think I have gone to a few firework festivals, but I never heard anyone shout like that. But maybe because it was Ehime, because if this is related to Sumida River, then there's a possibility we hear someone shouting. So that's one thing that we can look for today. But oh, Dawn, thank you so much. Have a great time during the Sumida Matsuri. Thank you. I definitely will. It's a good thing, like during kind of evening, night times, it's not gonna be super hot with the sun heat. But I heard that there's a potential rain, so I have to look up the weather as well. Thank you. Precipitation. Ooh, okay. There's a possibility it rains around the time of the festival. So I am very worried. I want to see. Throughout the day, it's like, 40-50%, so it shouldn't be too bad. Hold on. Now I'm worried. Sumida Kawa Hanabi Taikai Tenki. So there might be so they have like a weather news, and it's talking about there's a possibility that we have a thunderstorm. And so when that happens, like they're like, please evacuate to the, inside the building, yada yada yada. So we might see a Tokyo thunderstorm. And they're like, well, it'll be like 30 degrees at least, and it's gonna be humid, so please be hydrated and, be careful not to get heat stroke, yada yada yada. So it's not, I haven't gotten any news that it's canceled or anything. So wow, they would have so the actual fireworks starts from 7 to 8:30, and then they would have 20,000 fireworks, and on average they would have they're expecting about 1 million people. 1 million. I can't even imagine. Yeah, the weather forecast is maybe from 6 p.m. So I was like, that's the right, However, there are so many times the weather forecast is like, oh, there's no chance of rain today. There's no chance of rain today. And pour rain throughout the day. And I was like, I don't have an umbrella. That happened multiple times. And then there's other times oh, there's a possibility of rain, so bring an umbrella. That's what the weather forecast said, and I could bring an umbrella, and it's clear sky. So, konnichiwa. So we don't really know what would happen. So I'm glad Twitch is working. Yay. So yeah, I will bring an umbrella just in case, but yeah, we don't know, we're not sure. I'm gonna pay attention. Maybe I have to add a Twitter or something. Usually they would update on the schedule and things like that on Twitter, so I might keep an eye on it. Oh, Twitch is working now, yay! The gap under your door. Yeah, I know, right? Wait, you're talking about under the door, right? I purposely kind of little bit opened it for the ventilation purpose, but I know. I thought of it too. Usually Japanese houses, doors would have a little gap under doors. But yeah, that's very big. But I know. Are you in Japan now? Yes, I live in Japan. But yeah, I thought of it too. First day I came, I moved in, and I was like, why there's a huge gap under the door? But anyway. So umbrella. Going back. It's been an hour, and then all I did is talk. Why have you got an American accent? Yay! I got a little Twitch comments. because I stated like I lived in the States for 3 years. That's why I have an American accent. Yay. Okay, going back to my bookkeeping stuff. Like I really want to go to the UK though. My friend actually went to the UK, London. So kind of want to go at some point. Don't bother. Why? I want to go. At least once, you know, at least once. There's something you have to do at least once. So, okay, so I was working on 2023. Nah, nah. Yeah, I took a picture so that I can type it in here. Good question. Do you have a sweet tooth? Nobody asked me that before. Do you have a sweet tooth or are you more into savory? I know this is not like a really hard question, and it's not like I froze. It's not like internet is buffering. Yeah, both. I'm trying to think of like, I'm not a big fan of cakes. Like there's like one time I never understood people who don't really like cakes before, and I was like, oh, cakes are great. And then one day I was like, I'm good with cakes now. But I like ice cream. And I like other pastry. So I do like sweet things. And also I like chips and something salty. So yeah, I think I'm good with both. Just don't get me cakes. I like brownies, but it's very hard. Like somebody gave me super chat, and thank you the HMJ worker for the super chat. I don't think I know how to send super chats either. You got it. You got the super chat. Thank you. Yeah, I got the super chat the other day, and I'm still on the hunt for a good brownie in Tokyo because I haven't gotten like a American good brownie in Japan. It's more like a chocolate cake when they say brownie. But like, you know, it's like a very moist and dense and like maybe like a little dry and crispy outside. So, well, you say bake one yourself, but then, you know, even if like you just get the, you know, brownie mix or whatever at the supermarket overseas, it's good, right? I used to make one. But maybe if I go to like import shop, I might be able to, but I don't have the oven, so I can't cook here. Like not having an oven is very typical thing for Japanese tiny apartments. So I'm not surprised there, but use air fryer. Can you make a brownie with air fryer? Wow. But you don't know how tiny my kitchen is. So I cannot add any more home appliances. But so I just want to like, it's, you know, I don't, like if I make like a batch of brownies. Oh, I can bring it to work. I can. But anyway, so I just want to go out and like find like a good brownie place. But I haven't been able to. So, but yeah, no super chats for cakes. Because I usually do get some the items that the people send me super chat for. So like when somebody's like, oh, this is for lemonade, and I try like go for like lemonade hunting, and the lemonade was like a little difficult as well because lemonade is not really a thing in Japan. So I got like lemonade soda kind of thing. So, but yeah, so I'm still on the hunt for a brownie. This brownie cafe. I have a license to open up a cafe or restaurant, like run a cafe and a restaurant in Japan, so I can. Anyway, so I was working on 2023. Here we go. So, okay, so that there. Okay, so I put that number in. Did I? Yeah, I did. And then that there. Okay, so I got all the numbers in. And I just need to do the math. Yeah, I just need to do the math. Make sure the right cells are selected. Ah, I started doing this, okay. Okay. Oh, so I actually did gotten the right answer. Okay, okay. Just checking. Okay. And then this is the sum. Okay. So that's the sum. Okay. Interesting. So then, oops.で、まあ、そっか。ビールの、難しいか。じゃなくて、こうね。だとしたら、あ、チョコクロ、エゼタ。チョコクロって、chocolate croissant,サンマルク。チョコクロ。So, yeah, I like San Marco, and then like I used to eat a lot of choco kuro when I was in high school. They have macadamia. Interesting. Kind of a rich story, like small, tiny. Before the high school student was like very rich, but when I was in high school, I went to how can I say? Like, I went to slightly rich high school. So the high school itself is public high school, but that particular public high school attract mostly rich people in Ehime. And so a lot of my friends are a son or daughter of a, doctors, dentists. No one was like the children of lawyers or anything, but something like that. And so one, did have more allowance. Two, sometimes the allowance comes in a different form. And so as a 16, 17-year-old kids, some of my friends had the stock. So their parents would buy stock from certain companies under their kid's name. And so in Japan, this is I think only in Japan that when you buy a certain stock, you can get a coupons like for stock shareholders. So shareholders coupons, we call it yutaiken. And some people would just get the stock just for that because that's sometimes better, or like that. Like when you calculate the percentage, the return is better than like the regular monetary return. And so one of my friends had a stock in San Maruk where they provide the chocolate croissant. And here and there we would go out and we would use her tickets, the coupon, like free coupon, to hang out in a cafe. So we friends didn't pay a dime and we were able to go out like once a month or something. But yeah, like if I ever buy, I haven't, but if I ever consider myself buying any sort of like investing on like Japanese company or something, that yutaiken, the coupon, might be one of the things that I might think of, because everybody knows the Japanese economy is really bad. So one, I don't see a point of investing in Japanese companies, but two, if I ever do, sometimes those coupons are actually pretty good. So mostly what is it, food companies might offer like free coupons if you like eating, because like that's like as long as you hold the share, then good Japanese question, hold on. As long as you're keeping that share, then you can keep getting those coupons, or sometimes they send you like rice or something, and you don't have to move the money, you just need to move the money once. Actually, it's pretty good, and then you can feed yourself off of. I might consider that. Next time I get a chunk of money that I can set aside, I might consider, I'll do that. I'll do the stock study. Anyway, so how do you pronounce it's in Japanese? I think you use it when you say she and he too. No, we don't say it's, or we don't say she, we don't say he. We do have direct translation. It can be like kore, sore. So it is will be like これは、それは、これが、それが, depending on the context. However, and then if she is 彼女は, or 彼女が, so 彼女, right? And then he would be 彼. But this is kind of interesting that this is one of the key to see if the Japanese person have lived overseas, and if she or he can speak English or not. because I do that sometimes, and then my mom pointed out a long time ago, and I was like, oh, that's true. But when I got used to speaking English, when I'm talking in Japanese, even, I tend to say like, あ、彼女は blah 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 blah, 彼は blah 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 blah. So I put a subject in front of each sentence. But that's very weird Japanese. We never say 彼女は彼は, especially if you say in that way. It sounds like you're talking about girlfriend or boyfriend, because girlfriend is translated as 彼女, so it's exactly the same as she. And then boyfriend is 彼, or sometimes 彼氏. So 彼氏and 彼 is different. So like maybe that will be fine, but like as long as you're saying 彼女, and that's exactly the same, kanji is the same, pronunciation is the same, it's literally the same word. And so sometimes if you say like, oh, 彼女は blah, 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 彼女はI don't know, like 映画が好きです, she likes movies or something. And if you're just talking about random she, you know, your mom, your sister, but when Japanese person hears like you saying 彼女, is like, oh, is your girlfriend, you know? And normally if you're talking about third person that is not present in that conversation, then you would just refer to the person's name over and over and over and over and over. So you would say like シェリーは blah 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 blah, right? This is not something that we can translate it into English. Interesting. So you learned it's or she or he's this. This is gonna be a long talk. I'm trying to cut it short because it's gonna be very like complicated and yeah. But this is just the how you end the sentence. It's not always you would. Duolingo has Duolingo because if it's direct translation, then I would say no. It is not desu. Desu is something that you guys don't have in English. Desu can be masu, and you don't have to use desu or masu depending on the sentence. So when you say desu, for example, pen desu, ne? Pen desu. You can say pen da, right? And masu, it will be attached to the end of verb. So when you say go to school, 学校に行きます. So go to, go is 行く, 行きます. You have to conjugate it. But 行きます, right? So this and mas are called polite sentence, like kind of like a keigo, but keigo has 3 different types. So it falls under a teinego, so it's not really like very respectful, but it's like casually respectful. But if I want to say it is a pen, this is a pen, then I will say これはペンです. So this its part is これ. これはペンです. So yeah. So definitely not she, he, it's, desu. But I think Duolingo is trying to make it sound like a pineapple pen a long time ago. But I think Duolingo is trying to focus on more casual sentence, so it's not like direct translation. So as I said, we don't say 彼女は blah blah blah, 彼は blah blah blah, or これは blah blah blah. We just ignore, we don't even say I. So if I want to say I like apples, I don't say 私はリンゴが好きです. We don't say that. The 私は sounds very weird. リンゴが好きです. We just say リンゴが好きです. Right? So is the U sound at the end sometimes silent? You? Like です. We don't say う です. We don't say that. So です. So it's like just S sound. です. Mas. Yeah, Romaji can be very tricky. さしすせそさしすせそ yeah さしす su is like su but it has like a little at the end because like if it's like S sound and then it's like s, very strong, right? So that it's not des, but there's s. You have like a little at the end, but like very lightly. Yeah. It just you can't really yeah. The S and the U kind of blend. Yeah, I think so. Anyway. Good question. We had like a long Japanese lesson last week as well. So yeah, train operators they have their own way of saying things. So kids who like trains would not even kids like kind of like a train otakus. They would purposely copy how the train operators sound. I understand what Dawn means. I like listening to the train operators in the more rural areas where they don't have the recording notifying you of the next step. But I kind of prefer the recording version because the train operator in the rural area sounds like and then like even for a Japanese person, I'm like, what the hell did you just say? And also like sometimes like they mumble and like with the quiet voice. And so like when like trains like or something like that, and I use like next stop is what? You know, so you kind of have to like count with like how many stops that you are making. Like every station you have to see outside and check which station you were at because like they don't even have the electric board thing that it says like next stop blah blah blah. So I kind of like Tokyo style. I don't want to be like I don't want to worry like oh what if I missed the next miss my stop or something, right? And then if it's like rural area, like when you miss the stop, you have to kill like 20 more minutes at the wrong station to just go back, something like that. So yeah, it's also like I almost missed my stop. Yep, that's what happens. Okay, so that's 2023 and okay, so that's supposed to be so still okay, still そうね so this shouldn't be a big deal ね Interesting. なんかち ああ、ここか、そっか。ということね。はい。こういうことですね。ってなると、で、0。だから、あ、okay. Should turn on the fan at least. I don't know how hot outside is, but the past hour and a half, I didn't need to turn on the fan. Are you good at making onigiri? Yeah, onigiri is not difficult to make. Like as a kid, we all learn how to make onigiri anyway. Okay, so that's what it is, and this is that. It doesn't really. So そこが違うのか。で、okay. So that there. That doesn't add up. Hi. 1月16。私はグスタブ。Wait, Fringe? I'm trying to. I had a friend named Gustavo. If it's a Gustavo Fring, I like what was it? I can't remember. What's the name? What's the name of the TV show? Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad, so Gustavo Fring. Well, he's a bad guy, but he is one heck of a business owner, right? Better Call Saul. Yes, I watched that too. What do I do? 2000. No, 2023. That's what I want. Balcony doesn't look good. Laro Salamanca. Yeah, I had no idea Laro Salamanca was mentioned in Breaking Bad until I watched Better Call Saul, then I rewatched Breaking Bad afterwards. I really don't like Japanese, like Reiwa, Showa, Heisei system. Throws me off every time. 2024 じゃなくて、いや、2024. 2024. I don't know, Dexter. I had a friend whose nickname was Dexter, and then they referred to like some TV show, but I don't know. ちょっと待って。あ、2024か。This year か。2024ってことは、令和 6? 令和6。Way behind. 令和、令和 6? あ、こっちか。あ、こっちだ。これね。うん。これがさ、 That sounds, でも、yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. That sounds about right. で、違う。でも、it has to be for 2 months. ってことは、でも、that's not, with the exchange rate, should be more money. Interesting, like I never looked younger, especially since I own I own a company since 20. Like everybody thought that I'm like always older. Lately people think that I'm a little younger than I'm my actual age, but in my 20s, like they would guess like I'm over 30, not because like how I look, but like I talk about business and things like that. So like I think on the internet, like people would say like, oh, Asians look younger than their actual age. Like that's a common thing, right? So I don't know. 6月4日。これか。That doesn't look like 3 months. That looks more like 2 months. That sounds about right. So that doesn't make any sense. Why? If now, でここか。Oh, interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so that's that. で、subject I'm doing bookkeeping, and usually I use my textbook and trying to like, you know, study. But today I have a accounting book that I have to go over, pretty much like 4 years worth, because it's claimed to be that there might be a huge mistake. So I'm basically looking over what the tax attorney did. Yeah, I can't disclose any of the information though. This is the actual. This is not just like, oh, this is my study. This is the actual accounting book of a company. So, but I thought like I do a study Saturday morning study thing every week. So I'm just gonna use this time because like this is a practice study, right? You're kind of, this is like it's kind of like applied accounting, bookkeeping. Yeah, people keep like talking about Olympics actually. The Olympics. I'm not like, I don't follow the Olympics. The only time that I follow was Tokyo Olympics because I was the torchbearer, and that's pretty much it. So, not that I don't support or anything. I'm very neutral. I just don't chase it around. I don't. Is it like in Paris this year? See, like I don't even know which city this year is. Okay. ということは that's there でしょ。で、これが違う。え？1月5日。What the? That's why it's very weird. Huh? Sounds like it. Yep. That sounds about right. That's it. Eh? Yeah, I was a torchbearer. I think I made a whole YouTube videos as well. That was 2021? Because 2022 is supposed to be Tokyo Olympics, right? Yeah. So I have the whole uniform and the torch at my parents' house back in Ehime. Okay, so that's up to date pretty much. Oh, it's already 2 hours. Not this one. Ah, そっか。そうだ。そうか。This is this year, so I don't have the book. That's wonderful. And was I provided with the receipts? Was I? That's 2022. This is a long time ago. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. This is last year. I need to contact some people. Am I not missing anything? Am I? Ah. No. Okay, so I'm missing some receipts. So I gotta contact people in order to find out. Otherwise, I wouldn't know if these numbers are right. Yeah, these are fine. I could confirm with the bank account, so those are fine. This is fine. Okay, there. Okay, so let's just try to see, trying to figure out as far as I can. Okay. Streaming while working on something, it doesn't really help me with anything. It just, I'm here, I'm not, you know, when I have to focus, of course I don't stream. But like, it's weekend, I'm home, I can't stream from my office, right? So that's it. It's nice to have a conversation with you guys, and if I can get some of it done. This is the beginning of my study or beginning of my work. It's Saturday morning, and when I set you know, live stream, that means I have to wake up and then I have to start my work or start my study at certain time, and that won't, because like if I start working, I'm kind of workaholic, so like if I start working and I wouldn't go to bed. But on Friday night, it kind of works out because like even it's Saturday next day, I gotta go to bed at a certain time so that I can wake up early in the morning and I can stream. And so once I sat down and start working at a certain time, this is just like, to trigger myself that like, okay, work mode. Because like I don't have any days off. So I pretty much work 24/7. But so yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, cool nuts, thank you.それはダメでしょ。3月14日。うん。3月14日。はあ。3月14日かと。 で書いてるじゃん。We don't understand. Really don't understand the notes. I don't dream. I'm not a person. Like I don't dream. I sleep instantly, like within like 3 seconds, and the next minute it's morning. I really don't dream. Okay, so that's fine, right? Just in case. Yep. So, これはでこれまたやってないっていうね。Consistency is very important in bookkeeping. And when they don't do that, I don't like it.5月16日ね。5月16が違う。 Well, okay. How's the study going? Nearly finished? Well, today it's not gonna end until I figure out what's wrong with this accounting book. So I have no intention of finishing it within today because I've been working since like 2 days ago, and it's just very messy. So I'm trying to organize it and figure out what's wrong before talking to tax attorney. So I'm just gonna do this whole thing, maybe like 2-3 more slots, and then it's been 2 hours, so maybe we can take a break.6月22日で6月24これが分かんないのか、何月から何月までか。7月10日5月から12月5月から12月1から7月 is this for obtaining a degree or certification in bookkeeping, or is it associated on some other track like accounting law? Sorry, pretty ignorant in the financial field. Oh, it's okay. This is just my work. I'm just doing my work, and I'm sometimes studying a bookkeeping because, you know, things would change, or even if for the licensed tax attorneys, they everyone has different approach to, you know, each company. So I need to keep myself kind of like informed, and so that like the outcome can vary depending on like how you categorize things, and I talked about it in the beginning. So if you are very interested in this conversation, I talked for like 30 minutes about like why I'm doing this, but this is more like a practical study. It can be like a case study, right? So I usually use books, but you know, like textbooks, but then today I have my work kind of caught up with me, and I kind of had to, like, I've been doing this like the past 2 days, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use this time to just you know, work on this, because there are so many things that I have to figure out in this book, and it's like there are like 4 years of it. So thank you so much, James. Yes, this is see-through, and then I know it's cut out here, so it looks like a, you know, the bra is showing, but it's not bra. It's like just regular tank top. So thank you so much, James. And yes, I know this is see-through. So anyway, so I'm partway through 2024, and most of the things I kind of figured it out. Then I have to work on like math and everything, so I need to focus a little bit more, and it's been 2 hours, so I'm gonna say bye for now. But remember, I have one more live stream today, because today is the Sumida River Firework Festival. Woo-hoo. I don't know how far I can how close I can get, how many people it'll be. This is my very first time going to yeah, thank you for the concern. I know, like, when you said it, I was like, yeah, that looks like a bra, but this is not bra. So my next live stream will be around 6:30 p.m. Japan time to 7 p.m. The fireworks start at 7, so I'll be around kind of scouting the area. Yay. So yeah, I'll be scouting around the area probably 6, but then they said that it'll be pouring rain around 6, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. And then somebody asked me like, is Norm coming? So I'm gonna text Norm and see if he's available. No guarantee, but so I'll probably live stream for about like an hour and a half until my battery dies. So yep, so I'll have like a little afternoon. I'm gonna probably eat and go back to work maybe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. I'll make the thumbnail and then make the schedule. So bye.